round saw intense rivalries emerge on the karting track as Pradyumna Danigond and Meera Erida vied for top honours in the Micromax category. Round 1 winner Pradyumna led the overall standings with 87.5 points. The only girl on the grid, Meera Erida, also showed that she was no pushover when it comes to putting the pedal to the metal. With 173 points in his kitty, Kush Maini of Maini Racing led the table in the Junior Max category. The talented Bangalore racer, who was the Micromax class champion last year, displayed his skills in great measure, especially during round 2. Back in the fray after missing out in the opening round, defending champion in the Senior Max category, Chittesh Mandodi dominated proceedings and finished on top as far as round 2 was concerned, but his absence in the opening races allowed Anshuman Chatterjee to go to the top of the championship standings. But how can one get the best out of these cars? Let's hear from the ace karter himself, Armani Bride.
Go-karting is known as a grassroots level, but this is going right down, digging deep to the main grassroots levels, and this is where all the beginners are, and this is where this is where the new talent comes to, and the whole point of having a rookie cup, how JK does and MMS have put together the Rotax Rookie Cup is for beginners when they come, and they're not thrown to the deep end with the regular guys who have a lot of experience, and so they don't get their confidence shattered, and they don't think. Because when a beginner goes and he gets with regulars and then he's not compared enough, then the whole spirit of competing goes. So this way it gives these guys a chance to compete amongst themselves, and they're all amateurs and they're all on a level playing field, and they get race experience, they get competition, taste for competition, and then if they find themselves good and they find themselves enjoying it, then they move ahead, and once they make it to the main series, they're competitive straight away. For example, last year the winner of the seniors Rookie Cup, Karminder, he was competitive straight away in the main series and finished on the podium a couple of times. When I started karting, Rotax I was just coming into India, and I won the first championship that was held in India in 2004. And at that time, the competition was still heavy because you had all the regulars at that point who were now racing in various or racing all over India. For example, on the same grid was me, Aditya Yakneni, Akil Kishlani, Arti Patel, and Ashwin Sun, and so on. So all of us were on the same grid, plus Raymond Banerjee, who now owns his own team, and everyone who competed with them has done really well in different fields, in different areas of motorsport. So but yeah, the competition I think is bigger now because the interest levels are growing, and that's what we want to see. I think the grids have grown a lot from the first year, and every year we get a lot more interest, a lot more people competing, and that we just want to see the graph rising.
Hello and welcome to yet another day with high motions and emotions in the fast lane of our very own 9th JK Tyre Rotax Max National Karting Championship. I am Sushil Jangira, and this is round 3 at Karting Motor Speedway in Coimbatore. So get set to unleash the speed monster in you. It's time to bring you something spectacular coming up. Micromax category, where Meera Erida won the round 2 in Hyderabad, and today she's on the P2. And on the pole position we have Pradyumna. So let's see how this action goes.
The Micromax category had 7 karters lined up on the grid, with Pradyumna Danigond lining up on pole position and Meera Erida on P2. It was a strong start for both karters in the front row of the Karting Motor Speedway in Coimbatore. Meera was constantly on the heels of Pradyumna, who somehow kept her at bay. A battle was on in the mid-pack as well between Mrinal Chatterjee and Yash Aradhya. Meanwhile, up ahead, Pradyumna held on to his lead over the 15-lap race to take the checkered flag.
Now we got the gripping action from the Junior Max category, where Kush Maini won the round 2 in Hyderabad, but unfortunately in pre-final his car broke down. And on the pole position we have Krishna Raj. So let's see how this action goes.
In the Junior Max category, Krishna Raj Mahadek of Mohite's Racing started on pole position, with Dhruv Mohite on P2. Earlier in the pre-final, Kush Maini was in the lead all through the race until the last turn of the last lap, where his engine seized. That caused him to lose precious championship points. Also, it forced him to start in 11th position for the final race. But the Bangalorean put up a sterling performance, overtaking 9 racers in the 22-lap race to finish a commendable second. Krishnaraj, of course, went on to win by a fine margin.
This weekend was very tough. Till from qualifying to Heat 2, I was way behind Kush. Kush pulled off a lot. But from finals, I focused a lot.
The performance by Krishnaraj now puts him on top.
Now we are catching up the highs and lows from the Senior Max category, where Chitesh Mandodi won the previous round in Hyderabad, but unfortunately in pre-finals he got DNF. So we have Amir Bafna on the pole position, and it's a 25 laps race. So sit tight and watch these boys fight.
In the Senior Max category, Amir Bafna dominated proceedings right from the qualifying into the final race. He started on pole position, followed by Karminder Singh. Chitesh, who made a stunning entry into the championship by dominating round 2, had a mixed weekend. A mechanical failure caused him to retire in the pre-final, and that's why he started in 12th position on the grid for the final. But he went on to overtake Carters at the rate of knots all through the race, and went on to finish second ahead of Raj Ganatra. But Amir proved to be unstoppable, winning the race by a margin of 2.302 seconds.
I had already built a good gap from my teammate Raj, who was in second place. So I thought I'll take it easy, and I just backed off too much. I think my lap time and his lap time is similar. I think it's a 39.2 if I'm not mistaken. So there's no reason why he should catch me so quickly. I just backed off too much. I dropped my pace by 1.5 seconds almost. So he started catching me, and I started picking my pace throughout the race then.
India's legendary Formula race driver Akbar Ibrahim, who also runs Mecca Motorsports, presented the winners with the trophies and the winner's purse.
Well, if speed is the food for your soul, then get set to enjoy a lavish buffet of great action coming your way. Well, if you blink it, you will miss it. Time to focus and eyes on the track. Coming up, Micro Max category, where Pradyuman V. Danigon is the winner of last round. And on the pole position, we have Meera Eda. How are you, Meera? All set? Alright, it's a 15-lap race, and let's see who gets the actual race.
The Micromax category saw Meera Erida start the race on pole position, but the 12-year-old girl was given stiff competition by championship leader Pradyumna Danigond of Team Mohite's Racing. Meera had a good race weekend at the Lahiri Resort track, clocking the best time in qualifying and also winning the pre-final race earlier. She was the favourite to win the round, but Pradyumna had other ideas. He was always snapping at her heels all through the 12-lap race and also traded the lead with her a few times. And just as Meera looked set to take a race win, Pradyumna squeezed his cart ahead on a hairpin left-hand bend to force his way faster in the last lap to take the checkered flag and a hard-fought win. At 33.259 seconds, the best lap of the final race belonged to Erda. But that was little consolation for the young girl. Manish of Mohite's Racing put in a consistent performance for a well-earned podium finish in third.
Time to bring you something spectacular, presenting Junior Max category, where Krishna Mehdi won the previous round in Coimbatore. We have on the pole Kushmeni. It's a 25-lap race. Let's see how focused these boys are.
In the Junior Max category, Bangalore boy Kush Maini of Team Maini Racing reigned from the beginning till the end, winning all proceedings going into the final race. With 25 laps to do on the picturesque Lahiri Resort track in Hyderabad, Kush kept his focus and staved off challenges initially from Mayan Chatterjee, who was on P2, and then from Abhirat Shetty. Putting in the best lap in 29.458 seconds, Push was way ahead of all the other competitors, including championship leader Krishnaraj Mahadik of Mohite's Racing. Arya Gandhi, who started on P3, lost momentum quickly in the race and was overtaken by karters behind him. It was a tough fight for second place between Abhirat Shetty of Meko Racing and Dhruv Mohite of Mohite's Racing. But Shetty eventually went ahead, gaining vital points in the championship. Krishnaraj Mahadik couldn't match the pace of the top three karters and had to settle for fourth spot. With this victory in round 4, Push gave himself a great chance to finish the finals of the 2012 championship on top with one round to go. They say that a driver is as good as his team, and team spirit is what Mohite's Racing is all about.
Hi, my name is Abhishek Mohite. I am the owner of the team Mohite's Racing team from Kolhapur. We started this team way back in 2006. This is when our track opened, Mohite's Racing Academy in Kolhapur, which is a go-karting track. It's the biggest track in the country, 1.2 kilometers. And once that track opened up, we also started with our own team. This team over a period of 5 years has turned out to be very big. We started with 4 to 5 karters. Now we are 11 with team strength of mechanics of 15. We have international tie-up from Malaysia, who is our technical director. And now after 5 years, after looking into the team, this has become a one big family, all of us. Initially, when we decided to make the track, we spoke to the ASN, FMSCI. We came to Akbar Ibrahim to discuss with him to be a consultant. We also went to different parts of the world. We went to Thailand, we went to Malaysia, spoke to people over there and discussed with them how the track should be and what the layout should be. And after a time span of say 6 to 8 months, we finally reached on the plan of how the track should be. And then we began work, and within 4 months the track was up and running, and we held the first national day in September 2006. As a team, we have done really well. We are happy with the performances. In the past 4 years, we've had 2 senior championships, 2 junior national championships. All of them won by Kolhapur people. So yes, as a sport, we are developing in the city, and more kids are coming in. In the current season, we have around 4 karters from my team in micro, and I think 4 in juniors and 2 in seniors. The best performance for this year is the seniors. Where Chitesh Mandodi is leading the championship. Chitesh as a person has won the national championship in karting. After that he's graduated into the JKNRC and he's doing well there. Right now we are doing the Indian National Circuit for karting. We are doing the Indian National Racing Championship. Going forward, we look at getting into Europe. And single-seater racing in Europe, that's our target. That's where we want to be.
Bright sun and bright young people behind the wheels, heading into the Senior Max category where Amir Bafna won the 3rd round in Coimbatore. And look who we have on the pole position today. Yes, it's Amir Bafna again. So let's watch this fight to the podium.
In the Senior Max category, Amir Bafna of Rio Racing started from pole position and led the race from beginning till the end in an excellent exhibition of skill, concentration and speed. The weekend was not all hunky-dory for him though, and it was only in the heats that the team managed to get the right setup for his start. Once he was happy with the setup, he didn't look back. Later he said in a press conference that this was the perfect weekend for him, as after a bad start in practice and qualifying, everything else went perfectly. With 3 different race winners in the first 3 rounds in the Senior Max category, this class seemed to be the most open one as far as the Drivers' Championship was concerned. But Bafna wanted to tilt the balance in his favour. Young lad carried on from where he left off in Coimbatore to take the checkered flag in style in Hyderabad as well. He clocked a total lap time of 15 minutes, 2.909 seconds to complete the 30 laps for a well-deserved win. Defending champion Chittesh Mandodi finished second, 3.3 seconds behind Bafna. Mithun Ganatra finished third in the race, another 3.56 seconds behind Mandodi. He had the distinction of also clocking the best lap time of 29.631 seconds in the race. The winners were felicitated by Arman Ibrahim as the curtains came down on the penultimate round of the JK MMS Rotax Max Championship.
This is the splendid world of speed, and you have tuned into the grand finale of the 9th JK Tyre Rotax Max National Karting Championship. So, let's celebrate every noise, every movement of this crowning glory moment. It's time for the beauties to hit the track. Coming up, Micromax category, where on P1 we have Meera Irda, on P2 we have Panish, and on P3 we have Pradyuman Gani Gond. But Pradyuman is leading the championship, so let's bring it on, the gang of speedsters.
The final race of the Micromax class for the season was a nail-biter. Pradyumna was the championship leader, but it was Meera Irda and Panish HB in the front row ahead of him. That didn't deter Pradyumna as he muscled past Panish on the opening lap itself to build up a contest with Meera Irda once again. An all too familiar story panned out again in this race as well, as Pradyumna probed for a way to get past Meera and take the lead. But the doughty 12-year-old girl from Baroda held her own for a while on the Karting track at Hyderabad, just outside the Rajiv Gandhi International Airport. She constantly had to look over her shoulder to monitor both Pradyumna and Panish's approach, and that proved to be her undoing. She led the 14-lap race till the last corner, but Pradyumna had other ideas. About 5 meters to the checkered flag, Pradyumna showed some great straight-line speed and sneaked ahead of Meera by the smallest possible margin. With the result garnering 219.5 points, Pradyumna Danigond managed to also ensure that he would take the overall title.
Karting is extremely technical and we need data acquisition, including GPS, to figure out where the karters are and how they are performing. The GPS, for instance, we have Micron 4 here that we use on this kart, and we have a GPS unit here with a data logger at the back there. And the data acquisition captures every lap. There are several things that we set up on the Micron. You have an RPM setup, you have the temperature setup, you have the speed setup, you have a drive setup, the lap and the split setup. You can also record how much time your engine spent, and it records how long is the life of your engine, so you know when to rebuild it. And then you can clear all your test data using this equipment. Once we come back, we take the data key and log it in, download all the data, put it onto our laptop, and then look for the entire lap that we do over this period. So at the end of that, we do the analysis. The driver then figures out how he can drive better. The entire line is marked out by the GPS, and we are able to figure out and improve on the driving.
Krishnaraj Mahadik started the final race of the Junior Max class on pole position. There was everything to race for these young karters, especially for Kush Maini, who started this round on top as far as the overall standings. A bit of jostling in the mid-pack, but that didn't affect what happened at the top, with Kush Maini screeching into the lead, moving ahead of some of the other challengers, including Krishnaraj Mahadik, including Abhirat Shetty and Dhruv Mohite. And just when it seemed that Krishnaraj Mahadik would have to settle for a little less than the overall championship, problems developed in Kush Maini's kart as he was forced to slow down on the straight. That allowed some of the other karters to get past him, including Krishnaraj Mahadik and of course before that Abhirat Shetty. Then Mahadik went on to overtake Abhirat and take the lead. The two jostled for a bit for the top standing, but in the end it was a clean getaway over a period of time for Krishnaraj Mahadik, who then never looked back and went on to take the checkered flag. Abhirat Shetty had to settle for second spot. Dhruv Mohite of Mohite's Racing also put in a quick few laps to take the third position. And with this came the huge turnaround as far as the overall championship was concerned, as Krishnaraj Mahadik not only won the race but also clinched the championship ahead of Kush Maini.
Well, the action continues in the grand finale of 9th JK Tyre Max National Karting Championship. Coming up, the Senior Max category, where on the pole position we have Gaurav Davre, followed by Amay Bafna on P2. Let's see who refuses to lose today.
Great opportunity for Amay Bafna to seal the championship as he starts off this race on T2. Remember, there was a lot of drama in the pre-finals where in fact it was a win for Mandodi, who was disqualified for a technical infringement, and that's what allowed Gaurav Davre to start off on pole position for the race final. And at the moment, Amay Bafna clearly moving ahead. Mithun Ganatra spinning and allowing Bafna a chance to get away with a consolidated lead. But in the final, what a great race it's been for Vishnu Prasad in kart number 6. He started in 8th position as now he moves into the lead, moving past Amay Bafna as well. Bafna choosing to play it safe, keeping his championship lead in mind as Chittesh Mandodi looked to challenge him, trying to move into second spot, and Bafna, keeping a cool head, allowed Chittesh Mandodi to go past and held on to the third position. In the end, a comfortable win for Vishnu Prasad. Second place finish for Chittesh Mandodi. It was Amay Bafna who settled for third and the final spot on the podium, but also ensured that that meant he would take the overall Drivers' Championship trophy as well. As the curtains came down on the 9th MMS Rotax Max Karting Championship, the drivers were there to see the heroes being felicitated for the season. Meera Erida, who put in a sterling performance, was third in the Micromax category. Second place finish for HP Panish, but the winner in this category was Pradyumna Danigon. In the Junior Max class, it was Dhruv Mohite who took the third spot overall. The second spot being taken by Kush Maini. Disappointment for him, the last round of the championship did him in, but a win and a well-deserved one for Krishnaraj Mahadik and the winner's trophy as well. In the Senior Max class, it was Anshu being taken by Mithun Ganatra, and the deserved winner was Amay Bafna for a very consistent season. Also an opportunity for head of motorsport JK Tyre Sanjay Sharma to take a bow for a successful conduct of the championship.
I'm glad I won the championship. I struggled for the championship, and because of my concentration, somehow managed to win the championship. And I love the tracks which were there for the 5 rounds.
I'm glad I got this championship. I'm very happy for it. I struggled a lot for this whole season. I worked very hard. This last round was very tough, but I managed to finish. I managed to win, and I'll try and keep this up. I've been karting since 3 years, and it's been a long time since I've achieved anything. I feel very good. This is the day I've been waiting for. Finally, I'm champion. I was consistent every race, and I got rewarded. That's all.